Hello Leomers, my name is L.A.zy and welcome you all back to L.A.zy 5, Phantom Game. If you remember correctly, the last mission that we had was the last mission in Chapter 1. Now we got Chapter 2, and I decided to look up on it, and according to many people, some of the missions here in Chapter 2 of L.A.zy 5 are basically rehashes. And what I've been told is that you need to replay several missions just to unlock new ones. Some missions you have to replay and get an S rank just to unlock the new story-based missions. Now, I don't know how exactly that's going to work. I'm thinking either doing these missions off-screen or on-screen, just to advance the story a little bit more. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm thinking I'm gonna do missions either way and include them in the the walkthrough as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it. The last mission was pretty awesome, although I was a bit disappointed that Skullface wasn't that much of a villain. But with that out of the way, let's do these missions. As you can see, Subsistence and Extreme, I'm pretty sure they're difficulty levels. Let's do this one. What does the briefing say about
The
this?
agent that the CIA had working for them inside OKB-0 has gone missing. We've been given the job of finding and extracting him. The target learned of XOF's plans to use vocal cord parasites and had hidden himself with the CIA's Mujahideen allies. But following Skullface's death, the Soviets retook OKB-0 and all contact with the target was lost. He may have tried to go back to OKB-0, but even Langley isn't sure what's going on. After all, they've never even learned of Skullface's plan. That's probably what they want to get out of the man once he's extracted. But we can't allow Langley to learn of the existence of the vocal cord parasites. That's why I want you to bring the target out, boss. Once we have him, we can report him dead and keep him on base. All contact with Langley is being conducted through a cutout. Our reputation should remain intact. As for the reward, it's already in the hands of the cutout. All you have to do is get the job done. Just like always.
And just like always, we'll get the job done.
Mission accepted. Heading
Okay, so
to
it's either
Afghanistan.
in that base or in the base over there. As you can see, I've also got different equipment because I was doing FOB missions and they are hard as balls. I cannot even begin to stress out how much I raged over those missions. My friend said it's all based on your own skill, and I guess, judging by the amount of times I failed in those missions, I have very poor skills when it comes to this particular game. Even though it should be my forte. Stealth games in general should be my forte, but judging from my progress on this game overall, that's not the case. Okay, so we're heading back to our usual story. Since we're not going to be looking for any important things, we're just going to grab D-Walker. There's our little buddy. I love him so much. One of my friends called him an epic chicken, which is a pretty hilarious way to describe a T-Walker. I mean, I would love to have that as a personal transport. I mean, minus the machine guns and minus the rocket launcher, I would love to have that as a personal transport. Going to the grocery store would be so much easier thanks to that. Episode 32, To Know Too Much. Alrighty then.
Find and extract the missing CIA
Got
agent.
that.
The target was laying low with the friendly Mujahideen during the vocal cord parasites incident, but may have headed back to OKB-0 after the Soviets recaptured it. Check the target's VI on your iDroid.
Hello? Oh, there we go. Wait, Afghanistan? I thought the man said it was Africa. Well, I guess the budget should be Afghanistan, so... surprise them. Alright, weapons reload. Ready. Target was 1,000 meters, so way down. Alright, let's go. Come on, T-Walker. Very adventurous. Let's shift around. It's over there. There's nothing over there. Base? But yeah, I've been doing a couple of FOB missions and I have not been successful on them. Guess that just speaks about my skill, doesn't it? I was just trying them out because I was bored with the main game. Well, not exactly in the main game. It's just wanted to have a rest in the main campaign and some side ops as well. So I decided to go for the new mission next. After failing about 7 times, I just quit doing them, to be honest. The guys I invaded were called Kill Count, if I'm not mistaken. They had like, they were very well equipped and they were like, they could spot you really quickly. And that got me so many times. With that, I failed 7 plus times and I just quit ahead. I decided to never do an FOB missions. I swore off the FOB missions. I even said, oh boy.
Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
Sure, why not? Hands on deck.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
There you go. What there about this? Okay, 2 guys plus.
You gonna extract him?
Let's go. I love the Walker so much. One of my favorite buddies ever. Most people tend to use Quiet, but she kind of makes the missions all too easy because when you give her the command, she can puts even an entire outpost. Which on the same time is pretty easy, but at the same time kind of makes it boring because it kind of takes away all the effort you have to do. I know that sounds kind of stupid, but I kind of prefer doing things my way. I'm not the type to ask like help from anybody. Quiet is... Whoa! G-Walkers.
Analysis complete.
Oh boy. Right in the ass. Right in the ass. Boy. These guys... Ooh, hold on. You're a troublemaker, but you have A double plus on base building and A double plus on intel. So you're coming with me, like it or not. Up you go.
You have arrived at your destination.
I'll take this, thank you very much.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Just in case that's it. This entire zone.
Enemy presence
Boss,
detected.
you need to extract the target alive.
Yeah, I got it.
He might be able to tell us about what went on at OKB-0.
There are D-Walkers everywhere. That means there has to be a base somewhere around.
Analysis.
There he is.
The map has been
That looks
updated.
like the target.
Damn!
Enemy presence detected.
Right,
The
yes.
map has been updated.
Okay, that wasn't a good idea. How drunk you guys out? Get up for it. Shit!
Продолжается наблюдение! Ты победил!
can do this. Damn it! Can't get a beat on it. Okay, this is just trying to suck real quick. But I'm not gonna last. D-Walker! Man, these guys are sharpshooters. D! I need your help. Big time. Hi. I need your help. There are a couple of enemies. Dunzo. What about you? Dunzo. Hi. I'm gonna take you with me. Shit. And I died. Fuck.
Snake, are you okay?
That was
Snake!
too rushed. I wonder how many deaths I got over the course of this game.
Boss,
Let's try this again, shall we?
extract the target alive. You might be able to tell us about what went on at OKB-0.
See this process, we haven't got that.
Shortly.
Yeah, it's on the
Analysis complete.
That's once, that's twice. They're coming with us. There's still trouble,
You have
but you will
arrived
come
at your
with us.
destination.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Did we grab him?
Help me!
The map has been
That looks like the
Quickly,
target.
quickly. Should have done that in the first place, but nope. I went head on. I got myself killed. Typical gameplay of my style, everyone. Okay, we need to get a safe distance away from these guys. Run! Get to D-Walker's position and we'll extract him. And here we go. Right, here we go, bye-bye. Nice. Glad you enjoyed the ride.
Target extracted. Exfiltrate the hot zone, boss.
Mission
I'm really
control
sorry
has
about
been
that.
updated.
My
The
nose
map
is
has
itching
been
like hell.
updated.
Alright, exfiltrate the hot zone.
Development project has been added. Please select a landing
Oh man,
zone.
there are T-Walkers all over the place. Can't call upon different.
Support helicopter
Roger.
requested.
Get way over there. Somehow get past those guys. Man, I can't see if this is sun on the side. Whoa, boy, he's coming this way. Should have done that in the first place. That was way too easy.
Arriving shortly at L.A.zy. This is P-Quad. Have arrived at L.A.zy. Will stand by.
Good, stand by. If you see any of these pricks, shoot them to hell.
Has arrived.
Fuck, it's fine. Come on, let's get out of here. We don't have time for this.
Fire. In hot.
Ooh! For real? Thanks, man. We'll just wait for you at the L.A.zy, okay? There we go.
No targets remaining. Ending attack run and we'll stand by at L.A.zy. This is P1. On station at
Yeah, just
L.A.zy.
get over here already. We're wasting enough time to do it for ourselves. And up we go on the float helicopter swag. I made all my other equipment gold, like all the tanks, all the combat vehicles. I made them all gold, even the T-Walker. So my army is full swag. Okay.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
One soldier, one prisoner. Walker leader, lifesaver, challenge task achieved.
Mission complete, and how? They're gonna tell stories about this one, boss.
Yes! I was not expecting this. Codename B. Never got that codename before. Not even considering that I failed last time. Okay then. What about this?
Boss, the target filled us in on what's been going on. He betrayed the Soviets, passing information to Langley, but got scared after learning XOF used the vocal cord parasites. Then came feelings of guilt that his leaks sent comrades to their deaths, and fear that America might deploy such a weapon itself. But in reality, XOF and Langley don't have a collaborative relationship, and Skullface was not working for America.
Is that so?
Still, I can't blame the man for being afraid. After laying low with the Mujahideen, he tried to cut his ties with the US and return to the Soviet military. But along the way, someone came after him, and he was forced back into hiding. Could have been remnants of XOF looking to silence him. And you know the rest. He doesn't seem to know much about the parasites, but nevertheless, it'd be too dangerous to hand him over to Langley or the Soviets. We'll keep him here as originally planned.
Who left him in the desert then? Skullface's objective, the man on fire, Metallic Archaea, Cool Talker in his research, Hamburgers to Kazakh Miller. I'm gonna listen to that in my off time. Or we can listen now, because this is a fairly short video, and we can learn more of the lore. Ooh, Battle Gear has been completed. You deploy the units on dispatch missions. I was wondering when I was gonna get that. Oh man, look at that thing. It's also golden, like everything else in our base. Legendary soldiers. Defenders. Vampire Line. Raging Beetle. Elites. Rampant Buzzard. Smoking Dragon. Grizzly Roach. Copper Serpent. Golden Crow. And that's all of them.
Emmerich's finished development on that battle gear of his. Get back to Mother Base.
Right on that. I was really wondering when I was going to get a battle gear because I've been getting like deployment missions that required battle gear. Most of the guidelines I've been checking on the website have said that you need to complete a certain amount of missions with battle gear to, complete it. I'm burping all too much. What's wrong with me? Jesus. Maybe all those hot sandwiches had to split. Ah, here he is. Working his ass off. Railgun. Look at that thing. Not too impressive, but hey, works well. And it hovers as well. It's like one of those Bonzers from Run Mission series, which I absolutely love, by the way. Nice! Look at this thing. I wonder if it can have any other weapons besides just a railgun. Battle Gear Mark II. Nice. Fail.
The battle gear is an armored weapon developed to take on hostile bipedal weapon systems. But unlike the Soviet-funded Walker gear, the battle gear still hasn't been properly field tested. I'd like to assign a combat unit to take it on dispatch missions, so that we can evaluate its capabilities and reliability. Assuming you've got no objections, give the order to dispatch the unit from your iDroid.
Okay, we'll try that. If I'll lose it, this will be your idea, Ocelot. Because I heard if you lose the battle gear on one of the dispatch missions, you never get it ever again. Okay.
Boss, we need evidence to prove our suspicions about Emmerich. Head to the central base camp in Afghanistan and recover that AI pod. It's time we purge Diamond Dogs of that traitorous parasite once and for all.
How about we do that later? Ooh, look at this. We need all our units back from.
Please
Oh, they are
select
back.
a mission.
Okay, let's see. I think we got enough of those. Okay, it requires 1 D-Walker and 1 battle gear. And it needs field testing. So we'll send it out. Let's see what we can do. 75% success probability, but the loss is 20%. The one who risks it doesn't drink alcohol, and I don't drink alcohol.
Unit
There we go.
dispatched.
Give us you guys
Unit
away.
dispatched. Unit dispatched.
And I think that's all the dispatch missions. Nice. Spoken and leveled up. Yeah, got it. Ooh, nice. Nice. We got some ones and we got some staff. We got over 2,000 soldiers in our base. How freaking awesome is that? Okay,
Please select a mission.
side ups. Strike the AI pod. So we got 40 this time. First, what we're gonna do that, make an episode of the off screen. I think I'll do it off screen. Okay, let's see what the tapes have to say. Let's listen.
This is yellow cake that Cypher was having the PFs transport. Before we met you, the boss recovered it from a truck crossing the savannah. Are there metallic archaea inside it?
Yes, the archaea metabolize uranium-235 to subsist. They must be stored inside yellow cake, or they cannot survive.
So those biological traces we took for impurities were actually the real cargo.
Of course, they are deactivated, so they do not trigger a sudden enrichment. They are like baker's yeast. Yet, they do gradually enrich the uranium as they feed. I imagine you detected weapons-grade traces.
Yeah, we did. And the malachite that was loaded on the truck had traces of uranium in it too. So that's the flower, huh? Skullface was gonna sell do-it-yourself nuke kits. The uranium-enriching archaea complete with the user's manual. And the ores with the uranium could be sourced by the client or provided by Cypher.
Even the trace amounts buried in common ores can be enriched to weapons-grade uranium by the metallic archaea. Proving that must have been the most important factor of the trials. That and the ability to successfully prevent detonation.
So if the amounts of uranium in the ores are low enough, they can get past any inspection. And you only need a tiny amount of the archaea to act as the yeast. No great challenge to smuggle that either. The first step towards saturating the world with nukes.
His plan. That was not my intention. My only goal in developing the metallic archaea was to save the Dene.
What made you think a tool for creating undetectable nuclear weapons would save your people?
After 70 years, the Dene reclaimed the Navajo nation from which we were banished. We bore all the hardships of poverty. But we were proud to live off the land we called our own. But in the moment the atomic bomb was dropped on Hiroshima, everything changed.
I don't get it.
The nuclear arms race between the US and the Soviet Union began with the end of the Second World War. Suddenly, there was a massive demand for uranium. And it was our ill fortune that the ground beneath the Navajo Nation was rich with uranium ore. The Black Ana government set up mine after mine, and many of the Diné worked them, never informed of any danger. Every day, they went to work with no protection. The slag was simply piled out in the open. When rain fell, uranium traces left behind would seep out, and when the ground dried, it was blown about as dust. Land and water were contaminated, irradiated.
Caution.
Many of us
heavy
became
mist
sick
anticipated.
and died. That pain lives on to this day.
I had no idea.
Wanting more than anything to revive the land my forebears left to me, I was delighted upon discovering microbes that eat uranium. If they could be domesticated, I believed we could rid our land of uranium.
Were you successful?
No. The research called for funding on a colossal scale. But nobody was willing to invest with no prospect of a return.
And that's when Skullface showed up.
Correct. I can save you and your people. We share the same will. That is what he said to me. And I believed him. Black Ana forced me to abandon my uranium cleanup work and focus on nuclear weapons. And he held all the Diné hostage. Today, the uranium mines within the reservation are finally closing down. It is simply less expensive now to source uranium overseas.
New victims, different places.
But uranium is a tactical resource. To rely on a foreign country for it is a difficult decision to make. And he was in the perfect place to influence that decision.
He could have condemned your people to the mines forever.
The contamination comes not only from uranium. The fallout from the Nevada nuclear tests also settled on our lands. As if our fortune were not already bad enough,
Here shortly.
we are also downwinders. To save the Diné, I must complete my original research.
That's pretty rough. Oh boy. What's this?
The one that covers the parasite that lives on the surface of the skull's bodies is what gives them their power. Similar to my children who live in my skin. I modified the parasites I isolated from the body of that old man, differentiating them with various abilities. One that can blend perfectly into its surroundings by exposing the pigments in its cells at will. Another that, by harboring multiple species of metallic archaea, can oxidize and reduce metal. Isolating the one that covers and transplanting it into an artificial medium should provide the same abilities as the skulls, but they can only subsist within a human body. Once transplanted into the medium, they will eventually die. Another thing, the weakness of the one that covers is desiccation. Their surface moisture loss is greater than ours. The reason they give off mist is to alleviate this by releasing the salts inside them as microparticles. Water vapor condenses around them, appearing as mist. But this dries out the atmosphere until they cannot even produce mist. And once their supply of water from the host runs out, the parasites are in danger. They, along with their host, enter a form of suspended animation. However, a similar effect occurs if they come into contact with a large amount of water. Rain, for instance. The one that covers will temporarily abandon other processes in his eagerness to absorb the water. Itiholone. Make the weather your ally.
So the parasite kinda like works depending from the weather. Interesting.
Hewitt's dug up some interesting facts about our skull-faced friend. 9 years ago, he was exiled to South Africa, stripped of political power. The upshot said he ceased being a serious threat, in Cypher's eyes anyway. They eased up on surveillance, giving him an opening to establish his own military unit, one that answered to his will alone. Those men likely had no idea their orders were coming from Skullface. They probably didn't even know the organization was a part of Cypher at all. Anyway, it was in South Africa where he found renewed interest in parasites. And when he discovered the vocal cord parasites, he began to make his plan. Wipe the English language out of existence. Free the world, not by taking men's lives, but by taking their tongues. In his eyes, the greatest symbiotic parasite the world's ever known isn't microbial. It's linguistic. Words are what keeps civilization, our world, alive.
That's a scary thought.
There was something Skullface said. America is made up of many peoples, but those peoples never mix. Quite so. One nation, home to hundreds of different ethnic groups, many of whom stick to their respective living areas, little colonies, not interacting with other groups, going out of their way to avoid one another, their land, organizations, relationships. Thus, the United States of America is no melting pot. It is more of a salad bowl. It is not made up from one people, but for its minorities to function in society, a common ground is needed. Language. Even if the country is not one. No, because it's not one, a lingua franca is necessary. English. American hegemonism was born from the illusion that English could unite diverse ethnicities. In taking in people from around the globe, America became a microcosm of it. Now the boundaries between it and the rest of the world have become blurred. However different our neighbors may be, English enables us to create symbiotic relationships with each other. If English can bring unacquainted neighbors together in America, this should hold true for the world. This salad bowl that is the world can also become one.
Such deep philosophy in this game. Although it is Metal Gear Solid. Metal Gear Solid is all about deep philosophy. Like, philosophical and such.
I have spoken enough. Your men can take it from here. Will you permit me to rest? Have something to eat?
I thought you don't eat.
I can subsist without food. But there is more to the act of eating than nourishment. We receive nature's blessings and reaffirm our part in it. And in doing so, we express our gratitude.
Sorry, it's, hearing you say you don't need to eat and that you're a part of nature in the same breath. Anyway, what can we get you? Not exactly a 5-star restaurant, but the kitchen's used to serving a lot of different appetites.
Hamburgers.
Hamburgers?
Even we Dine have become Americanized. I eat them often back home.
And you just can't let them go. Well, as far as symbols of the American Empire go, hamburgers are pretty good. The victory of capitalism.
Indeed.
Your people suffered so much at the hands of America. And you ask for hamburgers.
We have suffered more than you can know. But I do not see hamburgers as an accomplice. A single dish, providing a balanced helping of nature's blessings. Meat, grain, and vegetables.
And fat.
How could anyone hate such a magnificent thing?
Says the guy who can survive on photosynthesis. Balance has nothing to do with it. You just like a good burger.
That is also true. Be warned, though. I have very high standards.
Don't worry. I do too. All right then. One good old-fashioned all-American icon coming up.
I look forward to it.
Isn't that nice? Okay then, so that's pretty much it for... Wait, there's one more? What did we miss? What happened next to the man on fire?
You mentioned that the man on fire was crushed under Sahelanthropus in its hangar.
Nah, it didn't look like
Yeah.
it.
He was caught under the wheels of its transport platform.
But his body wasn't found.
What?
We searched the area the moment we arrived, but there was no trace of him.
I wasn't hallucinating.
I know. I trust you on that. That means someone must have taken the body.
Or he...
But when I got there, everything was still as it was. Even Skullface hadn't been touched. I can't see a reason to sneak into a place like that and drag out the biggest, heaviest guy there.
What are you getting at?
Only option left is... he got up and walked away.
Exactly.
That platform ran him over.
He didn't.
Just ran him over.
No.
You're saying that's not enough?
I don't want to believe it, but maybe not. He shrugs off bullets, even rocket strikes. There's no reason to think that would finish him. It seems ridiculous, but I'll start gathering eyewitness accounts just in case.
If you dig up anything concrete, I want to know.
You'll be the first, if I dig anything up. But I hope to hell I don't.
No kidding.
The guy didn't get squashed by tracks, he just disappeared here and there. Train, battle your hand. Okay then. So with that, I'm gonna end this video here. Been kind of a short mission. I wish I could have done like what I did at the first time and not goof everything up. But hey, what can you do? I rush headfirst into things and I pay for it. And that was practically the result. But hey, we finished the mission on S rank. That's not often what I get. I mean, I mostly play missions for fun and for story, and I mostly I don't remember the last time I tried harder than mission 4 or at any game for that matter. It was a long time ago, but not now. I just play for having fun and to release stress, which is exactly what games are about. I know many people have already heard that a million times, but hey, that is the truth. And it'll be repeated over and over again. So without further ado, that's it for this video. Thank you all who watched. And hopefully, I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.